Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Once again, outstanding guest and my friend for many, many years, Jim Estep. And he representing a group of CEOs that's bringing some new ideas to gorgeous Prince George's. Welcome aboard, Jim.
Thank you, Ed. It's a pleasure to be here.
I tell you, tell me now, you know, off camera, we were talking about the old times, you know, National Harbor and Port America and all that good stuff. Now you're into a new venture, which is positive for Prince George County. Tell us about this roundtable and what it consists of and who came up with the idea. And then we're going to get some information about the Air Force Base out here in Suitland and everything that you're involved with. Give us an idea. What is this roundtable and how you qualify for it?
Well, I'll tell you, I enjoyed my years in politics, but now working with some of the county's leading CEOs, it's just a lot of fun. And the Business Roundtable is based on a national model. The national model is called the U.S. Business Roundtable, and it's made up of the 150 leading companies and CEOs in the nation.
In the nation?
In the nation. So we're
not
kind of
just here.
Well, we're a local model of that. We've used that model locally, and we have some of the county and the region's leading CEOs, and we work on public policy to try to improve the quality of life here in Prince George's County.
Good. And when you say public policy, give us an example of some of the things.
Well, we want to see the county have the best education system that we can have. We want public safety to be such that fear is reduced and businesses and people are not afraid to locate here. We want to have a good transportation network. We want to help to create jobs. About 60% of the people in our county commute out to other areas for their jobs. We want to keep them here in Prince George's County.
You 60%?
About 60% are actually commuting out
over
on a daily
half the
basis.
people commute
over half.
outside.
Absolutely.
No
Absolutely.
kidding. I didn't know that myself.
Right. So it's important that we've essentially been a bedroom community, and we need to change that. We've got a mixture of about 80% residential, 85% residential, and about 15% commercial development in the county. We need to start changing that formula somewhat and having more commercial development and jobs that are created to keep people here.
Well, what about that poll where Maryland was #1 as far as salary? What, $80,000? I couldn't, the stability, that's in the whole nation.
Well, you know, Maryland has always been a wealthy state. It's not huge in terms of land mass, but it has a good job base here, and it has wealthy people, you know, pretty much located throughout the state. So I believe the survey that came out recently showed that we are #1 in the nation for median household income, around $77,000.
Right, almost 80,000.
Almost 80,000, and the national level was 50-some thousand.
Right.
So we're way up there.
Way up, above the national average.
Exactly.
Say, hey, that's great.
I think it's great. We have been hit by the recession. I mean, no one is completely recession-proof.
No.
And revenue is down, so consequently there have been a lot of cuts, both in the state budget, but more importantly to us, it's hit our local budget rather hard as well.
Yes. Give us some idea as far as the CEOs concerned, some of the projects that you're working on.
Well, one of the things that we did initially was working with the Baltimore Business Roundtable, a similar group. We did a study to determine the social impacts of gaming and whether or not if we had slot machines it would be a good idea. That was one of the first projects that we did. Another project that we did that we're very, very proud of is our 2020 vision that we have named it a call to arms. 2020 vision. 2020 vision, and it was the first citizen-generated vision for Prince George's County. And in 6 major areas, it gave an indication of how the people of the county felt where we should be and what this county should look like in 2020. That's a call to arms. Another project that we've done through our affiliate group, the Andrews Alliance, is create a vision for the corridor around Andrews Air Force Base, which, by the way, is the county's largest employer.
Right.
that we call the Andrews National Defense and Technology Corridor. In addition to that, coming out a little bit later this year is what we call a quality of life index. And what it will do is show Prince Georgians that we're doing very well in a number of categories that they may not have thought that, that we were doing so well. So a lot of exciting work.
Yeah, well, what about NASA? A lot of people think that NASA brings in a lot of jobs.
Oh, NASA does, and not only does it bring in a lot of jobs, but NASA is certainly high-end employment.
Right.
I mean, most of the folks who work there make top-scale salaries.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was surprised when you say that the Air Force Base there.
Yeah, now that's in numbers, in terms of total numbers, but certainly NASA and the Goddard Space Flight Center has added tremendously to our economy.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Right, they have an alliance there that advocates for Goddard as well, and and they're doing extremely well.
And I just wondered now.
But you know, Ed, if I might, people have always recognized Goddard as being an employment center, high end, the whole bit. Unfortunately, they've looked at Andrews over the years as an important place because our world leaders come in and out of there, and the president flies out of there, and all of our major national leaders, but never have really looked at that base, in my opinion, for the potential that it has to grow economic development outside the base.
Right. Speaking of growth, now there's, you know, when you ride the Beltway, you see construction going on. Say, what's going on? Now, it's two projects. There's one around there and one off of Central Avenue that people, they ask me, say, hey, Ed, you're on the planning board. What's going on? I say, hey, I've been in there since 1985. You know, I told them. So what are some of the projects that's going on in those two places?
Well, in the area off the Beltway between Pennsylvania Avenue and Central Avenue, there's a huge new shopping complex that'll be going up there that's near Ritchie Marlboro Road.
Right.
And
yeah, that's the one.
yeah, that one is going to be very high end shopping, and certainly will enhance for the people who live in that area, and also the people on base will enhance their ability to do a lot of shopping without having to go to Annapolis or Northern Virginia or elsewhere. So that project is moving along. I think there are a few final things that they have to have in place in the way of approvals and financing and all of that. And the recession has slowed everything down somewhat. But Ritchie Commons, I believe, is what that will be
that's the name
called.
Ritchie Commons. Okay. I didn't even know the name. Right. Because I saw so many names, you know, on the site there, you know, different buildings.
But that's going to be going up soon. And I think that
what's
that's
the completion date on that? They don't have it.
Again, with the recession, I believe that project will be finished within 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
With the recession having slowed it down some, I think they would have been up and operating had it not been for the times that we hit. But you know, that slowed financing down, it slowed approvals down, it slowed everything down. Yeah.
You know, what about on the base there?
Well, on the base, they've got over $1 billion worth of construction.
They're building all over that little road in the back there, you know, near the range, the shooting range.
Off of Dower House Road.
Yeah, Dower House Road. Yeah,
exactly.
If you go there, you see all of it.
Right.
What's going on there?
Well, Andrews has almost 30,000 people who interact with that base on a daily basis.
30,000?
Almost 30,000. If you include the contractors, the people who live there, the military people, a lot of people that interact and are dependent on that base for their employment. The construction that's going on, a lot of that has to do with the movement of personnel who are coming into that base through BRAC, the Base Realignment and Closure Commission, and through other moves that are taking place over in Northern Virginia and at the Pentagon. So we're going to get over 3,000 top-level jobs coming to that base between now and 2011. So they're building a new headquarters to house some of those people.
I see.
They're building a strategic conference center, which will be only the second one in the Air Force, that will bring people from around the world